Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. From today, we're going to take a look at 4 beers from a single brewery. It's not Japanese, and I don't think we could really call it craft. They're so big. But the brewery is called Kaiserdom, and it's in Germany. And they make a variety of beers, and the ones we get in Japan are in these huge 1 liter cans. They appear in bottles, but let's take a look at 4 beers from Kaiserdom Brewery. Kaiserdom was founded in 1718 by the. It's now managed and it has been owned for about a century by the Warner family since 1910, so 110 years or so. It is the largest brewery in Bamberg, which is part of Bavaria, which is one of those towns which has so many breweries. I mean, I don't know how many you would count there, but I could probably check. But it has tons of breweries. And it was originally founded in a village called Gaustadt, but which has since been incorporated into Bamberg. So they grew, and in 1969 they moved to a new space, a new brewing area, and again in 2019 to a larger one. So they brew a lot of beer, and they began exporting too around the world, and that's why we have this in Japan in 1978. And so they export to a lot of countries, and we're going to look at 4 different beers from this company called Kaiserdom. Hello, and here we are again with another beer from Kaiserdom, which is a very large brewery. I think it's the largest brewery in Bamberg, Germany, which is a city that I think has something like 60 or 70 or maybe more breweries. And Kaiserdom makes a variety of beers, and they sell them around the world in many, many countries. And today's beer is this one. It's called Kaiserdom Hefe-Weißbier, and it is a Hefeweizen. Hefe refers to the yeast which is left in suspension in the beer. So it's a wheat beer with yeast left in it, so it's unfiltered. And this is a 4.7% beer, 20 IBUs. So I have had this before about 8 years ago or so, and I gave it a 3.1 at that point. So we'll see. On RateBeer, this one has, when I checked, it had exactly 500 ratings, and the average was 2.78 out of 5. 18 percentile for all beers on RateBeer, and 23 percentile for its style, Hefeweizen. So these are not terribly high rankings, definitely. Untapped, this beer has 19,961 separate ratings, and the average is 3.19. Again, quite, as typically untapped ratings tend to be a bit higher than rate beers. So Hefeweißbier, not Trub, refers to the fact that it has the yeast left in it. Okay. So I think we should give this one a go. Do you like wheat beers? Many people do not, and I'm often surprised too. Some people, including one brewer I know here in Japan, just says, I just don't like wheat beers. You know, kind of like the way I feel about sours, for example. I just don't care for them that much. You know, I would much rather drink something else. But wheat beers I just love, and a good wheat beer just set you back in your chair in satisfaction. Really, I feel. And here we go. Okay, this is a 1 liter can, and it is made of steel, and these things are kind of hard to pour into a small glass. So this is again 1 liter can, and they don't we don't see this elsewhere in Japan where I live. And Asahi or Kirin, I think, used to make a 1 liter aluminum can, but they no longer, we don't see that anymore at all. But again, this is 1 liter, but it is a steel can, so rather heavy and substantial, holding 1 liter of wheat beer. Okay, well, let's see. It's very lightly cloudy, not as cloudy as I'd like to see from a Hefeweizen. You know, you can practically see through it. Carbonation, very minimal, but a big fat, typical sort of head for a Hefeweizen. This is definitely 3 fingers and nice little fluffy head, kind of spongy. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, very light wheaty notes, something mildly citrusy. Not a lot else. I think I'm going to have to hold off till his head subsides and then try the aroma again. Typically, the head should provide, you know, space and for the aroma, the esters to rise up, but not getting a lot here. Okay, it's mild and wheaty. Just a touch sour in mid-palate. Kind of fades out then. There's not a lot of wheat character. Tastes mildly like mild fruit juice, maybe. Let's try the aroma again. Okay, a bit more is coming up here, but not a lot. Seems like it kind of skimped on the ingredients here. I don't know. 20 IBUs, 4.7%. Yeah, this really doesn't go very far, and I'm not very impressed. I gave it a 3.1 8 years ago, and so I think I would probably give it quite a bit less now. It's not unpleasant, but it just doesn't do much as a wheat beer. I'm detecting almost no spiciness whatsoever. It's got barley and barley malt and hops, and that's it. So there's almost no spicy character whatsoever to it. Yeah, this is a take it or leave it beer, and I think I'm going to leave it. Okay, so once again, this is called Kaiserdom Hefe-Weißbier, Hefeweizen style, which is 4.7%, 20 international bittering units. If you live in Japan, you can buy these at Yamaya stores. Yamaya liquor store chain is where they typically are sold, so you might find them there. Okay, that's it for today, and I hope you're doing well. And I hope the summer time where you are is a little less hot than where I am. It's already up to 35, 36 degrees centigrade, and we're, I guess, gonna not looking back now. We're gonna go right into summer from here. So take care, stay well, and see you next time. We got one more